perfect, but I know that you're worthy. I give you all I am, and that's for sure. This life is not easy, but through it all, I know that you're worth it. I know that you're worth it.
Es martes por la noche. Tu programa de política e información social comienza ahora. It's Tuesday evening. Your award-winning political and information show, Listen to Me, starts now.
Bueno, mi gente, aquí estamos en the award-winning and award-nominated programa político de tu comunidad, from your community to politics to anything that's occurring in the world. I am JJ Rodriguez, and you're here in Listen to Me. It is June 26, junio 26, bendecido. Estamos empezando el verano, estamos empezando todo lo que es los aguaceros aquí en Florida, en Orlando, Florida, donde transmitimos a través de radio YVETTE.net. It is a beautiful summer start. There's rain in the air. There's a lot of things to be happy about. And yes, we have a full house, as you can see. We have a lot of people here. Tenemos la gente llena. If you tocaron ahí, if you can open real quick. Yes, Mila, she made it. Yes. Sentateme acá. Hold on, let me get my girl set up here. Mila Marquez, ¿cómo tú estás? Joe, can you pass me that there? All right. Aquí somos bien cariñosos, you know. We have to do it. So we're going to be switching here a moment. Mira, tenemos casa llena. We have a full house.
Entonces no vamos a poder llamar a los entrevistados.
Sí, porque es que no oí de ti y no supimos si ibas a poder tener las llamadas. Y por cierto, dejé mi teléfono. So I forgot my telephone and all that stuff. Pero quién sabe si.
Yo los contesté a los tres y dijeron que sí.
Que sí, que podíamos. All right, well, we'll see if we can fit them in. Vamos a ver. Anyway, so that's my monologue, and we're going to keep it short because we have a lot of things to cover. But very, very, very importantly, muy, muy importante, en este ciclo de elecciones, ustedes, los electores latinos, the Latino electorate, regístrense a votar y vayan a salir a votar. Go vote, register to vote. Get your information. No escuchen a la palabrería. No escuchen el hearsay. No escuchen propaganda. If you think that something's a propaganda, give it the test of time. Analyze it, study it, but go out and vote. Get out and vote. Puerto Rico, saludo. Venezuela, saludo. I got news that they're even listening to us in Cuba, in Havana, Cuba, and Peinal del Rio. They're hearing us in oh my God, I don't want to say the province bad, but it's a province to the side of Havana. So thank you very much for listening to us. Gracias por escucharnos. Y que Fidel Castro ya se fue, pero que Raúl Castro se vaya, el otro presidente se vaya, Maduro se vaya, todo el mundo se vaya a la cochinchina. Anyway. We got to make sure that you guys understand that power of voting, the power, your vote is the most important thing in a republic and in a democracy. Como tú dices, Mila, la democracia, no es que eres demócrata, mija. We got to talk about that a little bit more. Anyway, that's my monologue, and I'm going to keep it short. And we're starting a very beautiful June 26 show of Listen to Me. Anyway, what is more important than having your right to vote? Tu derecho al voto es muy importante. But your will, un testamento, and understanding your rights with a lawyer are even more important. There is a business out there. It's called Legal Shield. Right now, it is the costs of even some to speak to a lawyer, maybe a little bit prohibitive. Some say the first, we're seeing the rumble and the thunder. We're seeing that the costs of talking to a lawyer or even retaining a lawyer can be prohibitive. Some people think that healthcare is prohibitive. Talking to a lawyer, having your rights within to speak to a lawyer. So there's a product out there for a long time called Legal Shield, and we're very blessed to have a person that's been with Legal Shield for a very long time. My dear, please come to the microphone and state your name and how long you've been with Legal Shield.
Well, thank you so much for inviting me, Jay. This is really an honor and a pleasure to speak to the Latino market. Since my family is Latino, and I'm very excited about some new things that our company is offering to this market. My name is YVETTE MAYO, and I've been with the company for 31 years, and I'm very proud of that. I started 31 years ago as a single parent with no rights, and I appreciate you mentioning rights because in the United States, you have no rights unless you know what the rights are. And you don't know what they are unless you have access to the legal system. And unfortunately, justice is green. It costs money to find out what your rights are. And that's what Legal Shield is all about, is we provide access to the legal system for affordable rates. And that makes people able to know what they need to do, what their options are in any given situation, whether it be trivial or something very, very enormous. And we're very proud of that.
Understood. Mrs. Mayo, how can people save with Legal Shield? How can people save? Let's get into the nitty gritty. What is Legal Shield and how people can save?
Well, we provide access to attorneys nationwide. We're launching our Legal Shield in Espanol. It will be launched on July the 9th, which is a very exciting part. I wanted to read our news bulletin about this.
Please do.
It says the Latino population has reached 58 million, or 18% of the total U.S. population, and it's expected to grow to 119 million by 2060. Unfortunately, only 4% of all the lawyers in the U.S. are Latinos. So in recognition of the growing importance of this community and their needs for quality legal representation, Legal Shield will launch Legal Shield en Español, a service that offers Latino consumers a full Spanish-speaking legal service. Now, this will be nationwide. We will have the largest, at this time, the largest network of Spanish-speaking attorneys to serve the Latino market. But to answer your question about how it can save the money, is the average cost for an attorney today here locally can approach $250 to $300 to $350 an hour, depending upon whether it's an attorney that specializes in a particular area of law, like medical doctors. You pay more for a specialist. So for the price of less than 1 hour of an attorney's time, you have a whole year of protection.
So how much would that more or less be?
It's about $5.75 a week, $5.75 a week, and that covers the whole entire family. Now, the exciting thing is we have expanded our coverage to include not only the member, but the spouse, or even if they're not married, the significant other. Okay, and children that are dependents can now be covered up to the age of 26 if they're living at home. And if they're college students or away at home, say they're in college at UCLA in California, say they get a traffic ticket there, they're going to have an attorney, a traffic attorney in California, represent them on that traffic situation or anything that comes up in a college situation. We also cover children that are handicapped or mentally, physically, and that's a lifetime coverage. And then children that are legal guardians up to the age of 18. So it's a family plan, and it does cover them nationwide. So for $5.75 a week, which is the price of maybe or less a McDonald's hamburger a week, you can afford to have access to top attorneys nationwide in any city or state.
Mrs. Mayo, one moment, let me just translate that. Bueno, mi gente, la señorita Elizabeth Mayo nos está hablando, lleva 31 años en lo que se llama una corporación que se llama Legal Shield, que ofrece una red de abogados y ha estado en esta red por 31 años. Básicamente ella empieza con una citación de que hay 58 millones en la población de latinos, un 18% de la población, y sigue creciendo. Dicen que esto va a seguir creciendo en los años subsiguientes. Lo que ha visto la señora Mayo y la compañía Legal Shield es que la penetración de tener una alianza con abogados de habla hispana pues ha sido mínima, y ahora esa compañía Legal Shield quiere cambiarlo. Por eso es que están lanzando en julio 9, July 9th, julio 9, ellos están lanzando Legal Shield en español, que por $5.70 a la semana, $5.70 a week, menos de lo que cuesta un McDonald's, pueden tener cobertura para esa persona, la esposa, el esposo o el otro significativo, para poder tener descuentos en los cuidados en las citaciones de abogados, hablar con abogados. Ella me dice que aquí en los Estados Unidos una hora con un abogado cuesta entre $250 a $300 la hora. Y eso es si no buscamos un abogado especialista, a lawyer that is a specialist. Como hay especialistas en medicina, hay especialistas en abogados, y eso cuesta más, right? A specialist lawyer will be much more than that. So, básicamente, esto es algo increíble y necesario para la gente hispana, porque Mila, tú sabes que muchas de estas personas ya vienen ya de Puerto Rico, vienen de Venezuela, vienen de Colombia, no saben lo que son sus derechos bajo las leyes americanas. Tú me lo has dicho muchas veces, tú eres jurídica en Venezuela, pero las leyes americanas son totalmente diferentes. So that is something very, very good and very necessary. So July 9th we have Legal Shield en español, and va a crecer la interacción de abogados hispanos para estos nuevos clientes. So we have now a network of Spanish-speaking lawyers with a Legal Shield en español, and you're releasing this July 9th. How the company, is it excited about this? What could you tell us about that?
We're very excited about it. Our CEO, Jeff Bell, speaks Spanish fluently, and I think a lot of this was thanks to his influence. Knowing that the Spanish community is so popular now, more so, and the need is so great. My mother was from Puerto Rico, and she used to tell me, Yvette, my people, meaning the Spanish people, need this. Please try to get this to them. I'm representing right now, our company is a lady, a neighbor that is Spanish. She's being discriminated against, and she also is not able to get her security deposit back on her house. She has 4 children. She's a single parent. Without this plan, she has no chance to get this a loan. But with our plan, the attorneys will review the documents at no cost. We'll send a letter at no additional cost to the property management company to state her case and why she deserves to have her $1,200 security deposit. So with one letter, she could get $1,200 back in security deposit because of the access she has to the attorneys. Now, she is Spanish speaking, but she is also bilingual. The nice thing about this is that, and my mother used to tell me this, that Spanish people express their emotions in their language, and it doesn't oftentimes come across when they're trying to express their emotions in English.
Exactly.
So when they talk to an attorney in Spanish, they can, access that language and that emotion to express exactly their fears, their needs, their emotions, and how this is hurting them not being able to have access to the legal system by not knowing what their rights are. This gives them the ability to.
And it's very important, es muy importante porque vuelvo y digo, no, la historia que ella estaba contando de que tenía una vecina que necesitaba que la compañía de manejo de unos apartamentos le habían retenido un depósito de seguridad, y a través de Legal Shield el abogado pudo mandar una carta a esa gerencia y esa gerencia pues le entregó el dinero. Es muy importante socavar que las libertades que nosotros tenemos como ciudadanos americanos y como ciudadanos que vivimos en los Estados Unidos, people that live in the United States has to understand that sometimes we do not know more than the legal system. Unfortunately, we see it a lot. Oh, I've seen a lot of Judge Judy, and Judy, and I know how to defend. No, you don't. You don't. You really don't. No sabes defenderte. No sabes lo intrínseco y lo que es complejo. The legal system of the United States is intrinsic and it's very complex, and it is always necessary to have something like this to be able to guide you in important decisions, because we have to be sincere and humble about it. We don't know everything about the legal system.
Lo primero que tiene que saber, lo primero que hay que resaltarle a la comunidad hispana,
The first thing that we have to tell the Hispanic community
es que es importante que tengan en cuenta que en nuestros países los sistemas jurídicos no funcionan. Entonces es bien difícil que un ciudadano común quiera ejercer sus derechos, porque como realmente se hace lo que le da la gana, pues no es necesario que ejerza sus derechos, pues. Pero si estás en los Estados Unidos, tienes una inmensa ventaja en comparación con nuestros países natales, que aquí sí se cumplen las normas y aquí sí debes estar representado por un abogado que es el especialista en la materia y que es el que te puede resolver los problemas y que es el que te puede orientar. Entonces, mi criterio como abogado venezolana es que todo hispano que tenga alguna situación, sea la que sea, se acerque a Legal Shield en español, para que tengan las asesorías necesarias, porque realmente esto es un grupo, y si es un grupo debe de tener especialistas en varias áreas del derecho. Entonces lo más importante es que se abarquen todas estas áreas del derecho y cualquier persona de la comunidad de habla hispana solicite los servicios de este grupo, que es bien importante porque es un costo módico, y vas a tener tú tu resguardo a la hora de cualquier contingencia tonta. Pero es necesario porque estamos en el país donde las leyes se cumplen.
And to let you know what she said, she's a lawyer in Venezuela, and unfortunately what's going on in Venezuela is a dictatorship. So what happens to the Venezuelan laws? Out the door. You know, even that's why she had to come to the United States, because the laws were not respected. The same thing in Cuba, you know, it's Castro's law, or they don't see you anymore. Or if not, if you're lucky enough to have a boat and hit it to Florida, then you're lucky. So what she was saying is that the benefits of having Legal Shield in Español is necessary, because here is a country where the laws are respected and the laws are needed to be able to understand the intrinsicies, like you just said in your story of your friend. Lo and behold, probably she says, "Oh yeah, I could write this letter." And what would the management company say? "Oh no, I'm sorry, take us to court." Now, if they when they saw that letter from a lawyer, Esquire, and all of a sudden they say, "Wait a minute, she's playing hardball. Let's give her money. This is not worth our time." So there is a give and take within the law. Businesses like to try and take advantages. I know that. So that's why businesses, individuals like to kind of play around with the law. So when you have something like Legal Shield, it's what it is. Es una defensa legal, un escudo legal. That's the name of Legal Shield, escudo legal. So basically, we need to have that. She also said about all the different types of areas of law. That's a good question that Mila ponders. How about Legal Shield? Do they take care of immigration? Do they take care of civil? Do they take care of criminal? What are the areas of law that Legal Shield operate under?
Well, we do have an attorney in all areas of law. So, for instance, the network provides for if they don't have one in-house with your provider law firm, then they seek out an attorney in that area of law. There's a lot of areas of family, motor vehicle law, estate planning, wills. That's another really, really important thing with our plan is that we actually provide at no cost a complete estate planning packet that goes with this membership.
Okay.
So they get a free will.
hacen la planificación de tu último testamento.
Es netamente importante que la gente, el hispano, deje de ser el que se las sabe todas y crea que resuelve las cosas. No, pero es que eso es un problema. Es un problema social. Y es un problema social grave.
That's a social problem. Us Latinos, we think we know it all.
O sea, nosotros no lo podemos saber todo. Bueno, pero es que no es una mentira, mi vida. O sea, yo soy abogado, no soy ingeniero, ni soy médico tampoco. Entonces, o sea, yo puedo resolver hasta donde yo sé, hasta donde mis límites de conocimiento me los permiten. Entonces, dejemos un poco la ignorancia al lado, vamos a centrarnos a pensar como personas razonables y ante una situación jurídica en este país necesitamos un abogado, no un paralegal, abogado, abogado, estudios de leyes en los Estados Unidos. O sea, paralegal, no. El paralegal es un técnico cualquiera que ni siquiera es abogado y lo que se sabe es escasamente unos detalles de la ley. Entonces, no cometamos errores, porque yo lo digo porque yo lo cometí. No cometamos errores. No, es que uno habla... O sea, uno debe ser honesto. Uno debe ser honesto. Yo lo cometí siendo abogado venezolano. Señores, les digo, no caigan en las manos de un paralegal. No hagan eso. Eso no está bien. ¿Ok? Uno por la desesperación, por el desconocimiento, por muchas cosas, por el miedo con el que llegas a este país, cometes errores porque los demás te dicen. Pero el problema es que los demás repiten como el loro y no se asesoran con quien deben. Entonces, señores hispanos, pidan la ayuda, que tienen un buen grupo en sus manos con una buena propuesta familiar. Entonces, no pierdan esa oportunidad.
Eso es así. Like she was saying, is that a lot of the people they've been shammed by not attorneys, paralegals,
yes.
And that is something that we've seen it in the news where paralegals devise all types of documents and thousands upon thousands of dollars are being lost, and that's another white collar crime. With Legal Shield. They deal with 100% certified. Let's get it out there in the air. 100% certified Florida attorneys. We're dealing with the state of Florida. I know that the show goes out nationwide. But for each state that Legal Shield is in, they deal with 100% bona fide, licensed and bonded attorneys, not paralegals, right?
Yes, and there's a rating system for attorneys in the United States, and it's through Martindale-Hubbell. And Martindale-Hubbell rates the attorneys based on their proficiency and reports from their peer groups. And our attorneys are rated on the A+. They have to have a minimum of a certain amount of years of experience, so they're not new.
So no son nuevos, no son novatos. Ella me dice que hay un sistema, hay un sistema de ranking estructurado que tiene que tener X cantidad de años. So the answer to that is no. You're not dealing with a rookie paralegal. You're dealing with bona fide, certified lawyers and of a multiple areas of expertise, right?
Exactly. Yes. And the other thing that's important is we give our attorneys a report card.
Oh, so ellos también reciben feedback y recomendaciones de Legal Shield sobre sus actuaciones. But for $5.70 a week, is that $75? $5.75. All right. Yes. So a week. Yes. So
$24.95 a month.
All right, $24.95 a month. So why this business model has done this? Why? Because we talk about per hours of $200, $300 an hour. Again, specialists, lawyers. We're talking about thousands of dollars an hour. How can Legal Shield do this? What if it's not a trade secret? You could say how does this happen?
Well, it's very simple. It's based on the fact that out of that $24.95 a month, it's a third, a third, a third.
Mm-hmm.
So a third of all of that dollars goes to the attorneys every single month, regardless of whether they pick up the phone.
Okay.
So our attorneys can make $1 million a month.
Wow.
Okay, and many of them do. So we have a law firm in California and
Okay.
a law firm in Texas that make over $1 million a month.
Wow.
That means they get that check from Legal Shield regardless of whether they do anything.
Okay.
And that incentivizes the law firm to do a good job, because guess what? We become their largest client and they don't want to lose us.
Okay.
So they have to do a good job. They have to provide excellent service. They have to have so many hours that they have to call people back. They can't treat them like a normal law firm where you make a call and you may get a call back in a couple days, or it takes 2 or 3 weeks to write a letter, or they have parameters in a contract that they have to follow. And so it takes attorneys, and it makes it such that they have to comply in order to make that much money, and that's what makes it work.
All right.
Because if you just asked a law firm to provide these services, it would be very hard for them to do it unless they were making money.
All right.
Right?
Miguel, if you could give me the line for the phone, please, the pink line. Mila, consíguete al señor de España, and we're gonna get that going because I do want to take that into consideration. It is very necessary, and basically, o si no, la otra señora que estaba también. All right, any of cualquiera de los tres que puedas conseguir. We're on live TV, yes, and Mila's trying to get us some people from Spain to talk to us about the situation in Venezuela. So yes, it's live TV. We do things, and I'm gonna disappear for a moment. I'm back. Anyway. And what else? I see that you have a brochure there, and you something was being pointed out. What else does the Legal Shield do?
Well, the areas of law that we have the most, there were studies done at what areas of law do people have the most need.
Oh, and what are they?
Yes, and that's family law.
Family law,
Which
leyes de familia,
would include adoption, child custody,
adopción,
divorce, name changes,
custodia, cambios de nombre. Yes, what else?
Financial areas where they have
Asuntos
IRS
financieros,
audits,
auditorías de IRS.
identity theft issues.
Las problemáticas con el robo de identidad, identity theft.
Yes.
Let's touch that one. What can Legal Shield do within the identity theft?
Well, we have two portions of that. One that deals with fraud of identity theft, which is handled with the attorneys. But we also have a different plan that's called the Identity Theft Plan, or Legal IDS, or Identity Theft Shield. And so that's a plan that people can buy, and that protects them against identity theft, and it gives them complete restoration and coverage from that. So that's a whole nother plan that we can have another show to talk about.
All right.
Okay.
Well, let me just break for very important news. We got a call from Spain, and I know that it's ¿qué hora es en España ahora? It's 1 a.m. in Spain, so this is a very important call. So I do apologize. Joe, you too, brother. Bueno, mi gente, estamos aquí en Jesús Alfonso. ¿Cómo estamos? Gracias por madrugar allá en España. ¿Cómo tú estás, mi hermano? How you doing?
Hey, fine, thank you, and you. Todo bien aquí con un poco de calor aquí en España. Estamos ya en verano.
Estamos en el verano también acá en Orlando, Florida. Mi hermano, desde la última vez que hablamos, ¿qué nos puedes platicar? ¿Qué ha pasado? ¿Qué ha sucedido? Dime, ¿qué está pasando por allá?
Mira, el constante deterioro de los derechos humanos ha sido impresionante en Venezuela. Fíjate que ya ahorita, últimamente, con esas elecciones fraudulentas que ocurrieron el día 20 de mayo, ya la Unión Europea ha sancionado a 11 funcionarios. Precisamente por la ilegalidad de esas elecciones, pero no contento con eso, la que fue nombrada vicepresidenta de la República, ella manifestó en un programa de televisión de que esa revolución bolivariana constituyó una venganza personal de ella y de su hermano. Eso quiere decir que ellos han aplicado las mismas situaciones de torturas a las que fue sometido su padre. Eso es lo que ella dijo.
Wow.
Y el problema es que también la impunidad todavía sigue en Venezuela. Y eso es algo que va ahí en franco deterioro, porque es que lo que estamos hablando es de un narcoestado que desconoce y falsea toda la información. Ellos se hacen ver demócratas cuando en realidad es una dictadura,
Jesús,
más cruel que una dictadura cubana.
Jesús, lo más importante de resaltar de todo lo que estás diciendo, de la gravedad de la actitud de la señora Rodríguez y el hermano, es que hay que recordar en el tiempo que ellos secuestraron a Annie House, ¿ok? Y ellos, o sea, su papá, mejor dicho, secuestró a Annie House. Su padre fue preso por un delito penado por las leyes venezolanas. O sea, él no es un niño Jesús, ni estaba chupándose una chupeta. O sea, vamos a estar claros. El señor cometió un delito y las leyes venezolanas lo sentenciaron. Entonces, sí, tampoco hagamos ver que lo que los señores Rodríguez están diciendo es que el padre era una víctima de la democracia. No, señor. El padre fue un delincuente que secuestró por muchísimos años a Annie House. Lo privó de la libertad y eso es un delito a nivel mundial no permitido, violación de los derechos humanos, y tú lo sabes.
Sí, es que mira, es que hay que estar en contra tanto de una dictadura de izquierda como de derecha, que son vulneradoras de derechos humanos. Y ese es el problema que hay ahorita en Venezuela y que afecta y es réplica en todos los estados circundantes. Pero también ha sido el problema de que no ha existido la fuerza completa de la comunidad internacional para pronunciarse más a fondo con ello, a pesar de que la ONU acaba de indicar de que es ilegal y que Venezuela, el gobierno venezolano ha cometido crímenes en esta humanidad. O sea, ahí estamos hablando de que es un estado torturador. Los que hemos salido de Venezuela hemos salido no por una migración económica, aparte de la situación tan deplorable que hay, pero muchos hemos salido por violaciones a derechos humanos, por impedirnos a que nosotros nos protestemos, por impedir que defendamos los derechos humanos de comunidades vulnerables también. Y ese es el gran problema, que la comunidad internacional como que no ha terminado de pronunciarse al respecto.
Eso es así, Jesús. Mira, mi hermano, te agradecemos mucho que nos hayas llamado. Vamos a pautar otra vez para que tú estés. Yo sé que estás madrugando, pero Mila nos tiene otras 2 llamadas que vamos a hacer también, y queremos que sepas que nosotros estamos solidarios a lo que está pasando en Venezuela, y pronto te voy a decir que Venezuela va a estar libre, que ustedes van a regresar de España para poder ir a Venezuela a reconstruir ese país tan bello, tan hermoso, pero como Simón Bolívar 100% lo quiso, libre y soberano. ¿Verdad, Mila?
Sí, bueno, Jesús, me gustaría que después, en otra próxima entrevista, conversáramos un poco con respecto a los pronunciamientos del Tribunal Supremo en el exilio. Recuérdate que hay varias sentencias: la sentencia de la ilegalidad de Maduro por su nacionalidad, la sentencia de la nulidad de las elecciones presidenciales, la sentencia de la nulidad del sistema electoral venezolano para las pasadas elecciones y las futuras elecciones que acaba de salir ahorita el 13 de este mes. Y entonces es bien importante destacar un poco la labor titánica que están haciendo los magistrados desde el exilio, teniendo en contra a el aparato venezolano judicial, y no solo el aparato venezolano judicial porque es el bufete del régimen, sino también a los opositores que fueron los que los nombraron a ellos en la Asamblea Nacional. Entonces sería una cuestión de que creo que deberíamos de hacer una buena disertación de este punto con Jay para la próxima entrevista, ¿te parece?
Sí, no hay ningún problema, podemos conversar al respecto de ese tema, que es muy interesante también.
Y Jesús, quiero que sepas que ahora la Corte Suprema Americana ha determinado que que ejecutivos o operativos del régimen socialista de Maduro no pueden entrar a los Estados Unidos. Lo que se llama el upholding del travel ban del presidente Trump, que incluye a Venezuela, incluye solamente elementos que están identificados con el gobierno venezolano o con personal del partido. No quiere decirse que venezolanos que quieran salir o escapar del régimen, que quieran entrar a los Estados Unidos, van a poder seguir entrando. Pero solamente son los del régimen socialista de Maduro. Ojo, no pueden entrar a los Estados Unidos. Quiero que sepas eso, mi hermano.
Sí, igualmente ocurrió aquí con la Unión Europea, que les impidieron la entrada para acá a 11 funcionarios. Anexaron 11 funcionarios más.
Exactamente.
Al respecto.
Bueno, Jesús, pues muchísimas gracias por tu update desde Madrid. Gracias por madrugar, y nosotros pues prontamente pues estaremos tratando de dialogar contigo en otro próximo show aquí en tu programa Listen to Me, que siempre tienes las puertas abiertas, Jesús. Gracias por madrugar.
Bueno, muchas gracias a todos los radioescuchas, agradecido por haber expresado, aunque sea un poquito de tiempo, pero bastante, muy bien lo que ustedes están haciendo, y esa labor tan heroica que están desarrollando, de que podamos los venezolanos hablar y expresar al mundo lo que está ocurriendo en nuestro país. Gracias.
Amén. Y que viva una Venezuela libre y soberana. Para adelante. Gracias, Jesús.
Gracias.
Yo te aviso la próxima entrevista. Estamos en contacto. Dios te bendiga. Cuídate mucho y seguimos unidos en esta causa tan loable que nos une, ¿ok?
Vale, gracias.
Bueno, mi gente, that was Mr. Jesus Alfonso. He was giving us a little bit of the information. It's 1 a.m. in Spain, and he was giving us a little brief of what's going on. As you know, in Venezuela, there was an election. That election, the American states of la Organización de Estados Americanos has determined that election is not valid. Maduro is still being a criminal. We also know that the travel ban that was being sued upon by the courts of Hawaii, the Supreme Court has said no. The ban is in place. So Venezuela is one of those countries that people from the government, people from the Maduro regime will not be able to come into the United States and will be rejected. So we join the European Union in rejecting the Maduro regime trying to come in. That does not mean that decent citizens from Venezuela that want to come into the United States with legitimate business reasons will still be able to come into the United States. It will be a little bit of a longer vetting process, but if they have nothing to hide, they could come in. Well, Elizabeth, thank you very much for being with us. Where can people get a hold of you, and do you have a website, email? Where could they get more information on Legal Shield?
Yes, we have a website, and it's MAYOGroupBenefits.com. So they can go to MAYO, M-A-Y-O, Group Benefits with an S on the end of it.com and access the information. The phone number is 407-719-4897. And they can call that number anytime, day or night. And we'll be
so July 9th, Legal Shield en español.
Yes.
And they could contact you. Es muy importante que ustedes se comuniquen con estos teléfonos al... What's the telephone again?
407-719-4897.
And what's the website? El sitial cibernético es...
It's MAYOGroupBenefits.com.
Mi gente, la democracia no es libre. Las leyes de los Estados Unidos es complejo. Dependen de ustedes inscribirse con Legal Shield en español con la joven YVETTE MAYO para que ustedes vean cómo bueno es su derecho. For the next time that we are, don't leave, because now we've explained the benefits of Legal Shield. And when I finish with my brother Joe Lopez here, we're going to talk a couple of minutes on how you could do business. You could own your own business with Legal Shield, right? Because you not only could get your defense, but you could also own your own business with Legal Shield, right?
That's correct.
All right. Thank you so much for your patience. Bueno, mi gente, una de las cosas que nosotros vamos a enfrentar en las elecciones es escoger un nuevo alguacil. So, en este programa, listen to me. Nosotros estamos viviendo en nuestra época una de las epidemias opioides más severas a través no solamente de Orlando. Muchos países y muchos estados están sufriendo de esto. Conmigo hay una persona que yo he estado tratando de que esté en el show por varios meses porque está bien ocupado porque está haciendo su campaña. Es el señor Joe Lopez, que está corriendo para alguacil del condado Orange del estado de Florida. Joe, bienvenido a Listen to Me. Si quieres hablar al micrófono, por favor.
Gracias, Jay. Gracias por la invitación. Y I'm very happy to be here. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe. Joe, it's a hot seat to run for the sheriff's department. Like I said in Spanish, we have a public safety problem. We have gangs. We have opioid epidemics, human trafficking, sex trafficking. Why are you getting into this, brother? Why?
32 years
Okay.
serving my community as a state trooper.
Okay.
I retired as a chief from the Florida Highway Patrol. I ran the local command here from Orlando to Miami. Prior to that, I was the chief of investigations and criminal intelligence, and that was statewide. 45 plus years serving my community in the Bronx as an altar boy, serving my church.
Amen. That's good.
I served. I was a naval cadet. I was a Boy Scout. I was a Cub Scout. So it's a testament to my service to my community. That's all I know how to do is serve. I was a United States Marine. Served my country in Nicaragua and Dominican Republic. So it's another level. I've served my state. I've served my federal government, the people of the United States as a Marine, and now I'm going to serve my community here at a different level as a sheriff to make Orange County safer. We got to improve on the living conditions here with the violent crime that continues to go.
Well, Mr. Lopez, that is very honorable. But let's play devil's advocate. Let's go forward towards the election. Congratulations, Sheriff Lopez. You have won. You're the new the sheriff-elect of Orange County. What are you going to do different? We have a problem with opioids. Let's start with public safety. What is your vision for the sheriff's department?
Well, we need to take it seriously. We need to take it really real. We just can't put a process in place just to fill a number. We need to really follow up on intelligence, using intelligence-led policing, problem-oriented policing, community-oriented policing. Bring all those strategies to bear. Work with other law enforcement agencies in the area. The sheriff's office can't do it by themselves. The sheriff can't do it by themselves. Got to bring the community together. We got to work with the community. Bring those barriers down. Bridge the gap between the community and law enforcement. I'm in the neighborhoods. I'm talking to the people in the neighborhoods ever since February. And you know what I'm hearing? Please help us reduce crime. Please build that relationship between the community and law enforcement. So those are the main things that we're going to do. We got to fill these positions that are vacant. Once we do that, we need to hire more deputies. We need to build. We have a situation here that the population in Orange County, and I think everybody in this room, everybody in this county, and the number speaks for itself, that this population is growing immensely. It's getting big. Yeah. So what happens when you build houses and infrastructure, you put things in place in schools? We need to have a seat at the table. When they start building, we need the sheriff's office to have a seat at the table and saying, hey, we also need more deputies, we need more stations, because we can't do this after everything is in place.
That is true, but again, Joe, you want to hire more people. That will increase the budget. How is your relationship with the county commissioners, the other people in Orange County that will be, you will be subjugated to be able to ask for those funds, because you have to propose a budget and send it to the county commissions. What is your interaction with the current commissioners and hopefully commissioners-elect, because you know that there are some of them that are going to be elected? What's your battle plan?
Jay, that's a very good question. I've been asked that question many times. It's all about relationships. It's all about politics. It's about negotiations. It's about compromising, okay? I have been talking to the candidates. I've been on the campaign trail. I run into these people, and they understand that the deputies are underpaid. They understand everywhere I go, everybody, the citizens at the town halls, the county commissioners, they all say we need more deputies. That's not going to... It's not the sheriff's job to raise any money, any taxes. It's the commissioner's job to get the money. There could be money there. I'm not sure what's in their reserves. I'm not sure what they're spending. They may have to cut services. They may have to cut something. I don't know what they need to do. But you know what? Public safety is the most expensive budget. There is no price when you put it on somebody's life and safety, because one life lost because of lack of funds, it's not acceptable.
It's intolerable. Joe, piggybacking on public safety, schools. What is your vision to hopefully God may never, we may never see something that happened in the schools in Lower Florida that happened. How can you give us a preview of your vision of a safe school?
Jay, that's an excellent question too. That's a question that everybody's asking me. That question came in new in the middle of the campaign. I, like you, hope this never happens again. I pray, but you know what we have to do? We have to prepare for the worst and hope for the best. Right? That doesn't have to happen. I take this a little bit personal for a couple of reasons, because I have 2 children. They graduated here. They graduated from high school here in Orange County on the east side. Now they're at UCF. My wife works for the school board. It works at a school. So it's sad to think that when I used to go to work, they used to hug me and kiss me and says, "Dad, be safe. Come back safe." Well, guess what? That role is reversed. I'm saying that to them. So I take it personal. Just imagine that we have kids going to school and that anxiety that they got to think about whether they're going to be safe. So this is what we're going to do. It's not a total law enforcement issue, but obviously we're putting deputies into school resource officer. That's happening now, but that's not the only thing that's going to fix the problem. I do come from a background of protecting U.S. embassies, so I have an idea about how to protect some buildings. But I'm not the one that's going to be there on the ground, doing it. But we have to work with the school system. We have to work with the Orange County School Board Police. We have to work with them. We have to make sure that they understand that these schools need to be more protected, harden the targets, single point access. When they start building these schools, they need to start thinking about harden the rooms also at the same time. There's a lot of things that they need to do. The Guardian program that the governor has signed a bill, that's like a force multiplier. It's 132 hours that they train retired law enforcement officers or former military people. Training them, that becomes a force multiplier. Putting metal detectors into the schools. We need to make them safe. But we have to work with the school board. And we have to make sure that they're being educated. Conduct these drills. There's drills that we do as law enforcement for active shooters as police officers. We just don't go one time and train to become an active shooter or responder. We do it multiple times. Well, they need to do the same thing with the schools and need to prepare them, educate them, and so they can be in that environment.
So Joe, you're talking about something similar to doing drills of like fire drills, also doing them for like a possible active shooter.
I'm gonna take Jay. I hope I'm not dating you, but I'm gonna take you back a little bit. Right?
Okay.
I'm sure some people will really understand what I'm talking about. What did we do in the '60s with the nuclear fallout?
Yeah, we had trainings. We had nuclear drills.
And we had do what? We hide under the back then.
We would go underneath the desk
right? And all the schools and locations and shelters had the markings, the symbols of that this is a nuclear shelter and stuff like that. Well, we got to work with the federal government. Remember that message that the federal government used to have about drugs with the frying pan and the eggs in the frying pan?
Yeah, this is your brain. This is your brain on drugs.
Was that? I remember that.
I remember that.
That was pretty effective. That's a digital messaging that was sponsored and supported by the federal government. We need to bring them in too. They need to help us with this because you know what? This situation is real. This is not a video game.
No, it's not.
This is not going to the movies. This is real, and this is reality that's been brought to the forefront.
Joe, there have been conversations of arming teachers. Are you a pro or against arming teachers in schools?
Well, two things. Number one, that's not the sheriff's call. Okay. However, as a law enforcement officer, sending my officers, my deputies, into a very
dangerous situation.
We don't want somebody unidentified coming out with a weapon.
Exactly.
Okay.
So we've done that kind of defeats the purpose, right?
True. That's number one. Okay. I could sit here for an hour and talk about that particular scenario, but I'll just give you a couple food for thought for those people out there. Number two, where's the teacher who carries a purse, where are they going to put that weapon? In their purse? Where are they going to store that weapon? How is somebody going to have access to it? You know, there's no what kind of security that. Number 3, what happens if the teacher? We seen it. There was a video not too long ago. What happens if a teacher gets confronted by somebody they feel of a threat? A student feels of a threat, and all of a sudden they pull out that weapon. Now you have a weapon in the classroom. Then you have that weapon. That's called aggravated assault.
Or the student can overpower the person and have that weapon.
You know what? Like I said, we can talk about this all night long.
Yeah, there is a fine line about teachers having weapons, and I do believe there is something that there has to be a healthy compromise. I do agree with you that there has to be a further cooperation between the school board and the sheriff's department, and I just pray that you have that negotiation once you become sheriff. Now, playing devil advocate again, the anointed one in this race is John Mina. What differences you than John Mina?
Integrity, loyalty, and effective leadership. Okay. 32 years proves my record. Integrity. You know, when I talk about integrity, I talk about holding yourself accountable, holding your people accountable, transparency. When you mention the word integrity, that's built over years. It's not built over 5 minutes. It's not built over one incident. It's built over several incidents. 32 years, besides serving my country, being an Alto Bueno, and so forth. Loyalty. I'm loyalty to...
So, Joe, and I do apologize to bothering you, but I want to get the meat and bones of it. You sound a little bit like you want to drain the swamp too, in Orange County, in the sheriff's department. You don't want the status quo back in there.
No, you're correct. What you're saying is the establishment. Yeah. Right now we have an establishment that wants to run Orange County. Okay. It's no secret. I go out into the community. You know what they tell me? We are tired of the Orlando politics trying to run Orange County. And it's always the same people. Nothing gets done. People get into these positions and they become complacent, and all they're doing is packing their retirement and hunky-dory, and before you know it, they're going from chief to sheriff to mayor to governor and congressman and yada yada yada. I'm here to tell you here, as everybody hears my witness, and so is God, I have no plans running for anything but sheriff.
So
I'm not a politician.
You don't have no political aspirations over than being sheriff.
Sheriff, that's it. I do not want to be mayor. I do not want to be governor. I don't care if they pay me a whole bunch. I am not a politician. I don't know how to speak like one either. So.
Well, you've been speaking pretty eloquent about what you're passionate about, which is public safety, and I feel that you have a vision. Yo creo que tú tienes una visión. Yo creo que tú tienes la energía, pero suenas un poquito como que quieres separarte del establecimiento, quieres separarte de los que quieren ser políticos de carrera. Eso es cierto, ¿verdad?
Sí, eso es cierto.
Y tú tienes esa visión de que quieres tratar de reclutar más deputies, quieres tratar de parar la criminalidad, quieres tratar de parar las gangas aquí en Orlando, Florida y en Orange County, pero eso se hace con la negociación de los comisionados, y tú como alguacil buscando más deputies, teniendo más pies en la tierra.
Sí, tenemos que pagarlo bien, porque todo el mundo no sabe una cosa que te voy a explicar. Muchos los deputies se van de Orange County, se van a otro departamento de policía. ¿Sabes por qué? Porque lo están pagando más y los beneficios son mejores. Tenemos que cambiar eso, porque aquí en el condado cuesta $100,000 to train, equip, and pay a deputy. $100,000.
Wow.
To do what? To 2, 3, 4 years later, they go and they leave and they go to a local police department that pays them more in benefits. I'm not a businessman, and I didn't do so great at math, but I see the numbers there don't add up.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, anybody who's in business, just imagine if you had a business and you train somebody, you recruit somebody, you train them, and you spend so much money. Next thing you know, that this person leaves and he's going to your competitor. To me, that doesn't make sense. We had the same problem in the Florida Highway Patrol. Lowest paid and the best training to go to other police departments. So that's one of the problems that we have. The citizens didn't know about that. Everywhere I go, they say that can't be. We need to fix that. So there's a lot of people inspired and energized to do it. And I'm here to tell you something, Jay. I'm not going to give them a raise when I'm running for election. Okay. I don't need to buy people to reelect me. That's an ongoing thing.
Well, that's part of the swamp, man.
Yeah.
That's part of the swamp. I'm sorry to say it. Not that I want to associate Trump into this, but the thing is that he's hit a common nerve. We have to try and get rid of these people that only want to use these positions to as a trampoline to jump.
Yep.
I do believe that you have the honesty that you want to drain the swamp. So please, can you tell the people, por favor, dile a la gente tu website. Is there an email that they could contact you to know more about the campaign?
Absolutely. If you don't mind, it's Joe Lopez for Sheriff. You spell it out FOR for Sheriff.com.
Okay.
My email address is joelopez4sheriff@gmail.com. I also have a Facebook page.
Okay.
Please, Facebook page is Joe Lopez for Sheriff, and they can go to it. It's very important. You said something earlier, Jay.
Mm-hmm.
They gotta vote.
Mm-hmm.
My election is in November. You gotta come out and vote if you want change. You gotta vote. You gotta vote early. Okay, get an absentee ballot. It's hard for some people to get out of work. You know, they're making an honest living, and it takes a long time. Vote early or get an absentee ballot.
Yep.
And remember, Joe Lopez, for sheriff, the first Hispanic for sheriff in Orange County in the history of Florida and Orange County. The second in the state of Florida, because we all remember Nick Navarro on cops back in Broward County.
Mm-hmm.
A todos los ciudadanos que les corresponde votar en estas elecciones acá en los Estados Unidos, evidentemente yo no tengo todavía ese privilegio, espero tenerlo. Les doy un consejo. Aprovechen su privilegio de ejercer su derecho, porque después no estén por las esquinas quejándose que los sheriffs no sirven o que no sirve el sistema, cuando ni siquiera nos dignamos en ir a ejercer el derecho. Entonces, señores, seamos serios. Para poder exigir, tenemos que dar.
Eso es así. Mila lo ha dicho perfecto. Joe, sé que la hora se ha ido rápido. Yo sé que tú estás muy ocupado. ¿Tú crees que puedas regresar al show?
Of course.
All right.
Not only before I become the sheriff, but
after
I become
all right. And
you got my word.
And whenever you want to bring me coffee y bizcochitos y esas cuestiones,
well,
I have
let's
no
be clear. Ese café cubano ahí,
yeah,
expreso,
yeah.
okay, con pastelitos, okay,
Yeah.
pastelitos de una restaurante de cubana, because I'm trying to convert Jay here, okay.
All right, yeah. You don't have to convert me. I love Cuban food and I love Cuban coffee. I have my encounters with the Cuban culture, and I love you guys. Salsa y guaracha. Anyway, before we leave, Yvette, we're back to you.
Yes.
Couple of minutes. You can own your own business. This is America, the land of the opportunity. Florida, the land of opportunity. How can you make money with Legal Shield?
Well, we have a program in place, and luckily, recently, the state of Florida, thanks to our prodding, has relinquished the license that it used to take for the last 30 years to be able to sell legal plans in the state of Florida.
All right.
So
Good.
now we are recruiting brokers, we're recruiting entrepreneurs, we're recruiting people of all walks of life to come on board, because this is something that you can be proud of because you're helping other people. So it's a helping people, helping business.
Great. And I'll be selling Legal Shield pretty soon, so I'm going to be partaking on this bounty of being able to be an entrepreneur and in marketing, which is one of the things that I do to help you enter the Hispanic market. So anybody over there that needs Legal Shield, we're going to keep on explaining it. And also, Yvette, we will want you to come back at a later date also, so we could keep on talking about what Legal Shield is. We've talked about its advantages. For the next time, we're going to go deeper on how it could be used as a business.
Okay.
So we're going to flip the script. We'll go first on how the business side of it works, and then we'll go over the details of what it is. You'll keep us abreast of what's new for Legal Shield.
Yes.
And hopefully when Mila becomes a lawyer in the United States, she could be part of the Legal Shield network, Yes. So again, please shoot that email out.
Yes. My email is mayogroupbenefits@msn.com, and that's the email. The website is mayogroupbenefits.com.
Okay.
And the phone number again is 407-719-4897.
All right. And Mr. Joe Lopez, one more time, please. Your website and your email, please.
My website, again, is Joe Lopez, for Sheriff, F-O-R, you spell it out, .com. And my Facebook, of course, like it's Joe Lopez for Sheriff. And also my email. My email address is joelopez4sheriff@gmail.com. Don't forget, November, you got to come out and you got to vote, and I'll be honored to be your sheriff. Nobody else is going to work harder than Joe Lopez.
Amen. Mi hermano, you got to quit that Cuban coffee. Ahí estabas un poquito like... All right, Mila, yo te debo unas disculpas. Tenemos para la semana que viene dos invitados pendientes, pero los vamos a sacar la próxima vez. Mi corazón, yo sé que llegaste un poquitito ahí ajoradita. ¿Qué tú quieres decirle a todas esas miles y miles de personas en Listen to Me?
Señores, seamos el cambio que queremos ver en el mundo.
Bueno, mi gente, mi bien ponderada y bella amiga y co-host de Listen to Me, Mila Marquez, lo dicho mejor. We have to be positive. We have to be vigilant. We have to go out and vote. Y acuérdense que la semana que viene vamos a tener dos llamadas telefónicas de España también, ¿verdad? So, estén pendientes del próximo programa. We're in the history books. Listen to me. I love you very mucho. Puerto Rico, Venezuela, Cuba, everybody else in the 72 countries that listen to us and the 12,000 que nos escuchan en radiount.net. Listen to me, chaito.